Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Old Man, the Masterbuilt 560. Been a while, over a week, almost going on 2 weeks since I've cooked on this, so it's time to do some cooking on it, folks. I've got some really thick cut pork chops today, and I've got some bread that I'm gonna do just a little bit different way. And I'll tell you what, why don't you go take a look at that, and we'll get this thing fired up. All right, I know a lot of you people keep asking, when am I gonna do the firebox mods? Well, folks, I tell you what, there's the firebox kit that I ordered from Masterbuilt, and that's the replacement kit. That's got this white stuff in it. It's some sort. It's not a fire brick. It's some type of. I don't even know how to explain it, but and you can see it comes with all the metal. This is not stainless steel, by the way, and you can see that's how thick it is. This is original OEM parts there, folks, and it comes with a diffuser too. This thing was like, I can't remember how much it was, but it was like almost 40 bucks, came with 0 directions. So if you're wondering when I'm gonna be doing this, really couple busy weeks here, and then we're gonna do a couple videos, and one video is gonna be just doing the replacement, taking the old ones out, inspecting them, putting the new ones in, and then we're gonna be building our own homemade liner, and hopefully it'll show you an easy way of doing it. Instead of using a welder, we're just gonna use some stuff that we bought at Home Depot or a local hardware store. So let's get her fired up now. All right, so there they are. 2 inches thick is what they are. These boneless pork chops, fat cap, and this is how I'm going to cook them actually. And it just got a little bit of, folks. Have you ever tried this egg stir fry oil? It's infused with garlic, cottonseed oil. This stuff is just awesome. And then Cindy Lou's Big Kahuna. I really like this stuff. It's a small company out of California. www.rubsandboard.com. Check them out. But the Big Kahuna's got, well, it's really great on pork, and it does have a fair amount of sugar in there. So you got to be careful. You don't want to get real hot here, and if you do, you got to watch it. Otherwise, that sugar will burn. But I'm gonna let this marinate for maybe an hour, and then we're gonna go low and slow. And I tell you what, I've got some other surprises putting on the Masterbuilt today. All right, folks, if you're wondering about the setup, I got it set at 225. It's just starting to come up the temp. Got a little rain in the area, and I was just kind of watching that. And you know, we did do a mod here to protect that back vent from the wind, the rain, and obviously we're in Wisconsin, so the snow. But 225, we've got, I bought an extra set of racks. You can see there. I really like these split racks. I think they work really nice. Like in a case like this, I have just those 2 pork chops, so I'm just going to put 2 of them on right there. And then I got some bread, folks, that I'm going to slice up, some baguette that I'm going to slice up in like 2-inch thick pieces and dunk them in some olive oil and put a little Lorry's on there. And then that'll go on once we're browning up those pork chops, folks. So, oh man, my mouth, I haven't made those in years. So that's going to be really delicious. So I tell you what, keep on watching. All right, folks, got it set at 225. You see we're reading 230 there. And the lid is probably just a little bit more than 2. No, it's pretty close to 230. So let's just take a quick look here. Some nice smoke rolling out of there, folks. And I'll tell you what, oh man. Now you gotta be careful with pork here because you can overcook pork real easily. So I'm probably gonna do about 135-ish. Turn this thing up and then give them a very quick sear. And then I'll tell you what, we should take a look. I tell you what, you want to talk about some heart attack type bread? I'll tell you what, but it's so good. Let's take a look at that. All right, there's the bread I'm telling you about. Folks, I take some extra virgin olive oil and I soak these up real good, and then I'll put some Lorry seasoned salt on there, flip it a couple times, and then I'll just put it on a paper plate. And you got to be careful when you cook this because it's very flammable and you can't walk away when you're doing this. But if it's done right, it is just absolutely tremendous. It's, like I said, it's been a couple years since I've made this, so we'll show you cooking that up also. I thought I'd give you one more look before we fire things up and go a little bit higher in attempt. Still, you see 227 is what we're holding. This thing's amazing, and how quiet it is. It's just, you know, it's just doing its job and it's not making any noise about it. That's pretty impressive. Just check the temp on both of them, and they're right around 111. So like I said, 125, 130 is when we're gonna pull them, and then we'll turn this thing up to 450, give them a sear, and I'll tell you what, we're gonna do those, that bread. So that's what she's looking like right now. Some nice smoke rolling on there, get some nice color on there. Keep on watching. All right, got the chops off. Got them double plated here just to keep the heat in, and I've got a grill set to 425, and we've got our we've got our bread in there, folks. And you gotta, like I said, you don't walk away from this because this can get pretty explosive with all that olive oil in there. So keep things turning here. And I'll give you a couple look-sees as they get browned up, and I'll tell you what, oh, this is so good. So stay tuned. This is awesome. Like I was saying, you gotta watch what you're doing, otherwise this oil is just gotta be right there, Dad. This is not something, if you're doing on the grill, that you walk away from. But you can see how nice that it's crisping up. Oh man, that is gonna be delicious. A couple more turns here, folks. The bread will be done, and then we'll sear up those chops. All right, so while we're searing up, take a look at this bread. Oh man. Is that gonna be delicious? Lori's on there. Folks, if you haven't ever tried this, it's awesome. Get those pork chops seared up. All right, there's the final look before we get it plated up, folks. I tell you what, turned out mighty nice. I am gonna take and just get these ends a little bit here, and we'll give you a look-see once it's plated up. Oh man, there it is. I'll tell you what, talk about this, kind of like a small roast, but thick cut pork chops, been rusty now for a couple minutes. All I got in there is, remember, that big kahuna from Cindy Lou's. And yeah, that's nice. Let's just take a little taste test of this, because I'm dying to know how that's gonna taste. Folks, I'll leave the link down below for Cindy Lou's Big Kahuna, www.rubsandboard.com. I'll leave that for you. That stuff is really good on pork. And this bread, like I showed you before, obviously not the most healthiest thing for you to eat, especially if you're sopping up some juices from the pork with it. Oh man, that's good stuff right there. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna continue eating. Tom Horseman at YouTube, folks. Hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment, thumbs up, and as always, appreciate you watching. Thank you.